Alright guys, welcome back to Death Stranding. And I figured out I have the outer hood. I just have to go to my little thing and do it. What? You just winked at me. Okay. So let's see really quick if we got anything to read. I don't remember if we do. We have a lot. Okay, the chiral artist, we got married. How are you holding up, Sam? You must have walked more than 1,000 miles by now. Try not to let it get to you. I'm sure it must be lonely work. Well, anyway, I wanted to get in touch and tell you that, we got married. I know. Who gets married in this day and age, right? But through the Cairo network, we got in touch with a priest and we said our vows, and that was it. Silly, maybe, but it seems to have brought smiles to a few faces, so thanks for making it possible. We owe you more than we can say. From the Cairo artist's mother, please look out for them. Dear Sam, wonderful news, my daughter's getting married. Oh, they've probably been wondering, we're not related at all. I've never been married, let alone had any kids. I took her in 5 years back after her parents died. She could barely speak a word of English. Her parents had been Japanese, but we managed in our own way. It's funny, until the moment we met, I thought I was destined to live out my life all alone. But as soon as I laid eyes on her, that changed. I knew in my heart that I had to protect her, make sure no one ever hurt her. Though I ended up doing that to myself, being too overprotective in the end. I've tried to make up for it. My daughter's leaving the nest at last, and I couldn't be happier for her. All I can do now is pray and hope for the best, and I'd be awful grateful if you could look in on her and her husband from time to time, just to make sure they're doing okay. George Batten. A strange line at the incinerator. A strange light at the incinerator. This is going to sound crazy, but you've got to believe me, Sam. So, I was at the incinerator. They found a body near the way station and it needed to be burned. Since we don't exactly have a team of corpse disposal guys on call, I was given the job. I've been outside more than the other guys lately, so it makes sense. It wasn't like I could say no. Someone had to do it. Doesn't mean I wasn't scared shitless, though. I don't have dooms or anything, but you don't need special powers to know when a BT's caught your scent, and I could tell they weren't far behind. I just wanted to get the job done and come home. But then one of the fuckers popped up out of nowhere and nearly gave me a heart attack. Somehow I make it into the incinerator without getting grabbed, and that's when things got really weird. I saw this glowing thing, this light, I guess. I wanted to take a closer look, but I wasn't about to take any chances. I had to get the hell out of there. I can't stop thinking about it now, though. You should check it out if you have the chance. Huh. The incinerator, that's a ways off. From the craftsman, Porter's coming through again. Hey Sam, remember that Porter I told you about? He came through. He came round again. Been by my old place and the one in the ruins, you know. As to why, well, seems he'd gone and snatched up some of my belongings. A musty set of work clothes I let slip I was pining for at our last meet. Wasn't a proper ask or anything. More be nice if I had him sort of thing. So I said it, and next thing I knew, he up and says he'll bring him back. I told him, nah, ain't nothing worth the hassle. No need to try to be another Sam. But he went and did it anyway. Came back, goods in hand, safe and sound. He's not alone though. Said he'd formed a team with another porter. One to keep watch for BTs, another to manage the cargo. Neither of them's got dooms, but together they can manage well as you. At least they did this time, eh? It's amazing that what people can do when they put their minds to it, and when someone like you is around to provide inspiration. From the engineer, one step closer to understanding the beach. Hey Sam, I just submitted my latest progress report. I know the Evo Devo unit utilizes the Cairo network to access the beach, but I don't understand how. I'm not sure anybody does. But whoever came up with the theory behind it is a bona fide genius. We can't reclaim the past we lost, but piecing it together from what's left is the next best thing. Must have took a truly great mind to figure that out. You know what it reminds me of? Pictures. After all, what's a picture but a fragment? A two-dimensional snapshot of space and time, not to mention the thoughts and feelings of whoever took it. A physical memory to match the ones in our heads. They saw we've each got our own beach, and it's these beaches that we route the network through. Maybe that's a part of it. Maybe there's more of us and our memories in our beaches than we realize. But I'm just a layman when it comes to this stuff. If anything, you've got a better chance of understanding it. You're the one with the dooms, after all. That's very true. Okay, so let's see. Might as well get our stamina up. Okay, and I think that's really everything. In here, at least.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear.
Okay.
Weapons detected.
Take on new
All
orders.
weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Do our bots. Yeah, some of it wasn't too bad, but a couple of it was over 40. Okay, hey, not too bad for the bot. Oh yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go to the film director, I guess. Well, no, it's 5324. What are the wood? Since that... oh no, wait, this one's the heaviest. What do that one? And it should arrive in pretty decent condition. And those are all the same. Yeah. And we do have to go all the way back to South Knot. So let's go ahead and grab this.
Unable to process order. Unable to process order. Please stand by until the problem can be rectified.
Oh, hi. Sam, Bridges, I presume? Sorry about that. The system seems to be on the fritz. One of the packages wasn't processed properly and got left out of the order. It says here the client is fragile herself. Someone double tagged it so the system couldn't tell whether it's for Fragile Express or Bridges. Anywho, really sorry for the holdup, and careful. The contents are fragile. Yes, okay.
That was weird. I wouldn't trust it. I would have opened it and see what it was. Okay, so how much are we carrying right now? And I think we can use a road. It doesn't go... Goes to about there, so we can use the road for about half of it. Oh, I think vehicle's too close. Okay, so the engineer we can actually do. Forget the elder, engineer, and the craftsman. Okay, so we have one that we actually can't even grab. Ooh. Should probably use a different bike then.
Order assigned.
Let's go ahead and see what the cargo is that we have. Container repair spray, climbing anchor, a ladder. We do have 2 boots. A grenade. More, oh that's, okay. Tell you what, let's go ahead. Let's go to the garage, see if we can get one that you can actually put stuff on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Stand clear. Vehicle ready.
Okay, so how much can we actually store on the bike? Alright, so the first one we're going to be going to is Engineer. Yes. This figure might as well do the ones that, you know, you can do. Wonder if we can drive those yet. I mean, they're just sitting out here, you know.
Keep on keeping on.
Got some mail. These guys won't be a problem, really. The engineer. Yeah, just to our left.
Use freely.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges on position. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
Hey Sam, how's it going? Well, the cargo's in great condition.
I mean, is that all we had for him?
Thanks. Until next time.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further.
Another one, high performance underwear. $120 kg. Okay, so now we're going to the craftsman.
Keep on keeping on.
Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Use freely.
Oh hey, there's a truck.
Keep on keeping on.
I will say when you're doing stuff like this, and it's not really a big old hassle, the game, for some reason, is incredibly fun. Like, you wouldn't think it would be really fun just doing this, but I don't know, it is. I don't know why. That's the craftsman over there. Yeah, mules. I'm already going.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying
See you
ID.
again, buddy.
Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
Hey, Sam. How are things? Wow. Carrying all this couldn't have been easy.
When you got a bike. Hey, 4 stars. Aloy, Horizon Zero Dawn. New interview data. King Midas and the Cairo Crystals, Fragile's father, and Fragile Express. Skilled transporter. Now carry more cargo. Alright.
Just so you know, I've put something aside for you. Maybe you could use it more than me. Go ahead and grab it whenever.
I'll grab it now or else I'll forget. Custom hematic grenades. Alright. We already have one, but alright. Put that in the grenade pouch.
Seeing you in action gives me hope. Keep it up, Sam.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
We could do that one actually, because we're going through there. Whoa.
Order assigned.
Should we take the truck? So we're going here, then we're going down there. No rain here. What about 10 minutes, no rain? And actually no rain all the way down through here. Or in the next 30, so we should be good. Should we take the truck?
Keep it up, Sam.
Oh, hey, there's the Watcher from Horizon Zero Dawn. They must have really liked that game or something. Okay. So we're now trying to get to this one.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I think we can actually stay on the road for a little bit. Well, I guess until it ends. We don't have anything to add, I don't think. Let's see. We can keep going. I think we can follow this a good way. Oh, never mind. Truck may not have been the best idea for this. Luckily there is a bridge. Let's see. Ugh. Well, that's the fragile. Oh, here it is. That's south knot. Wait. I thought we were going to this one for fragile. South of distribution center, south of Lake Knot City. South Knot City. Distribution. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it looked weird or something. Jump.
Beginning scan. Scan of bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Decontaminating system. All clear. Welcome to the sand for the bridges.
Yeah, there we go.
Everything all right, Sam? Wow. I bet your body's aching after carrying all that.
Does nobody think we're going to be using a vehicle? That little bit? Come on, man.
Well, take care of yourself.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery.
Okay, and nothing else is really on our way because we have to cross a big old thing to get to there. He's still taking the edible plants there. Now, what was I gonna do? Let's see, I do need at least one of these. Then let's see, is there a... Oh, it's gonna be really hard to see. I'll look out here. What the hell? Oh, that's all the cargo we have. Let me see, actually. Did it put my... Yeah, I don't want that stuff in the bed. I think that's what happened to my ladder and stuff.
Beginning scan.
My Cairo ladder. I left it on a truck and forgot about it. There is a pay... What the fuck?
It says here the client is fragile herself. Careful. The contents are fragile.
The f... It says small thermonuclear weapon. I'll see what I'm doing in a second.
Okay.
Now, get out of there. No indication that you have to do that. Okay. Fine. That was a mighty throw we had in the middle of the damn lake.
Jesus, that was close. You saved the city and everyone in it. I love a lot more than I ever did.
Maybe there's no way of saving Middle Knot. But South Knot's still here. Because of me. And you. What happened to you?
By the time I realized what Higgs was planning, the nuke was already at the city gates. I followed the delivery truck and somehow managed to carry the bomb to safety. But Higgs had been on to me from the start. He caught me red-handed outside the gates, nuke still cradled in my arms like a child. So, as punishment, he strips me down to nothing. And then he makes it rain.
Listen up, Fragile. I got a proposition for you. Do you want to live out your days as damaged goods? Or would you rather take damage for the goods?
Get to the point.
All right. If all you want is to save yourself, you just have to jump. However, if you want to see this altruistic streak of yours through, then you'll have to carry my nuke to the bottomless pit and toss it in. Oh, sure, you'll be the city's savior. But you will have to walk naked through Timefall to do it. Trade a lot of your time for a little bit of the city's? Hell, seems like a fair exchange to me.
Truth is, I don't much care for my face. That's why I hide it. Oh, but you... Ooh, you just love yours, don't you? I bet Daddy was real proud. Oh. Now, don't worry. I won't mess it up. See, I want your face to be a kind of testament. Yeah.
Why did you do it? Why did you betray me?
Because I found someone who completes me. Someone who doesn't need me to wear a mask. Oh. Word to the wise. Even if you do save South Knot, you'll always be the nut job who blew up Middle Knot. Oh, and that pretty face of yours will always be remembered as the face of a terrorist. They'll never stop hunting you. Believe me, I know. Oh, they can slap a sticker on you, but you're still gonna break in transit. Oh. So, what's it gonna be?
I'll take the damage and the goods. I don't break that easy.
Well, good luck with that.
I'll take the damage and the goods. I don't break that easy. I'll take the damage and the goods. I don't break that easy. Because I'm fragile, but I'm not that fragile.
Well, there it is. You are a goddamn hero. You did the right thing. This belongs to you.
I'm no hero, Sam. That choice I made, I've regretted it ever since. All I had to do was jump, and I could have saved myself.
But instead, you saved a city. And more than that, you gave people hope.
Well, now there's only one person left for me to save. I'm gonna make Higgs regret he ever crossed me.
By killing him?
Can't. He's way more powerful now than he was before. But you could take him. You could. But promise me. Promise me you'll leave him alive. There's something I want to ask him to his face.
I didn't think you were capable of torture.
Am now. And I want to know why he betrayed me. Do you want it? Sam. Don't forget about the supply runs to South Knot City.
Incredible work, Sam. To think someone managed to forge an order with Fragile's name and nearly got you to deliver a nuke. If you hadn't disposed of it, an entire Knot City would have been blown to Kingdom Come. I really can't thank you enough.
Yeah, well, you know. It's funny because I feel like that's like the one thing in this game where... Here, let me grab some of these crystals. I kind of already figured, because she had already said, you know, Higgs made her. Wow, we hardly got anything out of that. Walk through the rain or whatever. Where the hell am I going? But yeah, usually in like Metal Gear and all of Kojima's other stuff, it's kind of, you don't know what's going on and stuff like that, but that one I kind of figured.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Welcome to South Knot City. Proceed to distribution center. Decontaminating soon. All clear.
Still good storytelling
Sam
though.
Porter Bridges.
Gotta stretch my legs.
I don't think it's too damaged.
Great to see you, man. You don't know how much we've been looking forward to this. A lot of people hurting here. Gotta start with those who need it most. Given this quantity, everyone ought to get a share.
We really appreciate it.
Okay, I'll just 1%. Without you, I won't break. Fragile, attentive. Gozia. Bidding goodbye. Cargo condition goes up there a good bit. Expert transporter. To balance more easily.
So is it true the chiral network is finally becoming a reality?
For some reason I thought we already made this place
Really can't.
on the
Feels
chiral
like a
network.
dream almost. If it's not a dream, then yeah, we want to be part of it.
We have one little place above us that isn't on there yet. Handgun. Assault rifle. Grenade. New interview data. The situation after the first Death Stranding incident. No blue in the inverted rainbow.
I don't think we could have survived without outside assistance. The chiral network could make a huge difference, make repairs more manageable. It could help us finally get back on our feet. You've given us a gift more precious than you know. When we lost Middle Knot City, it felt like there'd be no end to the violence. I woke up every day thinking it might be our last. Yet, here we are. By the grace... Yeah, well... Let's just say I don't believe in miracles or luck. Hell no. I believe in people. And it was people that saved us. Just like you did today. Now it's our turn to pick up the pieces and do the same for others. I'm sorry. I gotta get this to everyone. We really appreciate it.
Good work, Sam. I'll see that your supplies are ready and waiting. I suppose I don't need to tell you to take care when you come fetch them.
A handgun, assault rifle, grenade, and boot bag. Grenade pouch. Damn it. Well, the handgun doesn't weigh too much. Lethal anti-personnel weapon. Okay.
Thanks, Sam. You've saved South Knot City and brought our people even closer together. You're halfway there. Halfway to making us whole again. Listen, there's something I need to tell you.
Sam, Amelie's connection just dropped. We've been routing her calls through the old system. Must be a problem with the lines. I'll look into it. Let's just hope it's nothing more serious.
Sam, I'm detecting a chiral spike. Right in your vicinity. These numbers are off the charts. This might explain the sudden service interruption.
Whatever's causing it could pose a threat to the Knot cities. Get out there and investigate.
What? Let's see, I want to go through this mail really quick. William Lake, Middle Knot City got nuked. You probably heard, but Middle Knot City was nuked about a year back. Civilian staff, everyone and everything gone. In the blink of an eye. They said it was a terrorist attack. Demons doing their thing. Assholes. Fragile got caught up in the whole mess somehow too, though I wasn't privy to the details. Long story short, they started screening deliveries a whole lot more thoroughly. Not that it made a difference, it was a tragedy after another. One tragedy after another. We lost half of South Knot City not long after. Half's better than all, but a whole lot of people still died. And it shook the rest up pretty bad. They started to wonder if joining the UCA was the worst choice they ever made. And the more people said it out loud, the more paranoid they got. It festered and spread that thinking beyond the city even. Not that it takes much for the average prepper to buy in. You might think becoming a part of the Chiral Network would have helped calm things down a little, but we still don't have a handle on the terrorists. It could all fall apart at any moment, but if it does, we can't let it beat us. Even if everything we've built breaks down, we've got to do what we can to patch it up. That's all there it is to it. Jesus. I think we have a couple, yeah. The situation after the first Death Stranding incident 3 years ago. There was a series of huge explosions. Well, not so much a series. They were simultaneous worldwide. The global comms infrastructure was shot to hell, but we salvaged what we could and tried to make sense of what had happened. It didn't seem like much at the time, but it was a hell of a lot better than what we have now. Anyway, the government figured the whole thing was a terrorist attack at first. We've been dealing with a lot of those back then, but it didn't take long to see that this was something else. The craters left by the blasts were bizarre. There were no rubble, no dust even, which led the scientists to rule out meteor strikes. There was trace neutron radiation, alpha rays, but we knew it wasn't nukes either. Some of the particles we detected we'd never even seen before. Chiralium, although we didn't know it at the time. The more we studied them, the more our scientists came to the same conclusion. These were the results of annihilation events. It was right about the time that chiral clouds started to form. And after that, all communication with the outside world went down for good. No blue in the inverted rainbow. From Deadman, 1 year ago. We humans are complex multicellular organisms. 60 trillion cells inside each one of us, they say. How many of these cells need to die for us to consider a person dead? Are there any cells in particular which determine whether a person is alive or dead? These questions are academic, of course. The exact point of death can't be calculated using cell counts. On the other hand, no one can deny the existence of degenerative diseases that gradually destroy more and more cells, leaving their victim effectively half dead. And what about me? Most of my organs have been harvested from other people. They still work, of course, but could their original owner have been said to be alive? I really don't know. Incidentally, have you ever heard of a fun little experiment they once did with roundworms called C. elegans? These creatures are notable for glowing bright blue when exposed to UV light, but only when they die. It seems to be a reaction from the anthranylic acid within the organism, and it's known as death fluorescence. Yep, that's right. Blue is very much the color of death, it seems. Can it therefore really be a coincidence that there's no blue in an inverted rainbow? Timefall strengthens an area's connection to the beach. This is something to do with the chiral particles becoming excited, I believe. In spaces connected to the beach, electromagnetic waves with a blue wavelength can travel easily through the seam, leaking out onto the beach. Some people think that's where the blue from the inverted rainbow goes. Who knows? The fact that the blue has a strong connection to death, though, that much seems pretty inarguable. If you say so, dead man. King Midas and the Chiral Crystals, from Hartman 2.5 years ago. Rumors have been circulating regarding a man who calls himself King Midas. Unlike his namesake from Greek mythology, however, this gentleman does not turn all that he touches to gold. Instead, he claims to wield the power to create chiral crystals at will. The story suggests that he gained this power as a result of experiments involving organisms which possessed a similar ability. I am, of course, aware of the existence of microbes that could melt and condense gold, in effect extracting it from our deposits, but this is the first I've heard of any organism that can do something similar with chiralium. These organisms are apparently akin to cryptobiotes, as well as the coral that is found in the sea, in that they exist outside of time. If this man truly managed to harvest such organisms, then it is an extraordinary achievement which could lead to untold possibilities, veritable bioalchemy even. Much like this mythical counterpart, however, King Midas is said to have paid a heavy price for his power. Indeed, his body has turned into a mass of particles, a side effect of crystallizing all the chiralium with which he came into contact with. It is said that the only evidence of his existence are two golden handprints he left behind. Now, I must temper this rather dramatic story by stressing that no microbes capable of the previously described ability have been detected. As such, I suspect the king is nothing more than an urban legend, the kind of story spun by dreamers in a world where chiral crystals are rare and precious, and can only be collected from perilous timefall-soaked places. Perhaps we could even consider it a morality tale, the moral being, of course, that greed is never good, whether one lusts for gold or for the chiral crystals. It is, however, a remarkable coincidence that not long after I first heard talk of this modern-day King Midas, I also started to hear rumors concerning a man wearing a golden death mask. Might the two be related? Who knows? Fragile's father and Fragile Express. 1 year ago. My father came up with the name Fragile Express before I was born. The U.S. was Swiss cheese back then. All the voidouts had left craters as far as the eye could see. People were losing their minds, looking for a way out. They thought the government would have their back, but it was gone. All the systems, all the gears that kept their world turning, smashed to bits in a matter of seconds. When everything you know breaks, it's hard not to break yourself. Oh, it's a long one. Before our new network, there was an old one. The whole nation was online 24/7, cameras and microphones everywhere, watching and listening and recording. There was a strange sort of comfort in that. People said a certainty that someone, somewhere, would know if you were in trouble. But after the Stranding, that all vanished into the ether. No one was looking out for anyone. No one was coming to save you. A lot of folks died waiting before the rest caught on and took matters into their own hands. My father was one of the latter. He'd been working for a private logistics company, and he and some friends figured they were in a position to bring people supplies and repair vital infrastructure Americans used to rely on to survive. They were builders, men and women who understood the value of what was lost and wanted to reclaim it. My father and them really believed that they could get it all back, bit by bit, and make us whole, make us America. It was a precious, fragile dream, like so much back then, but if they nurtured it, if they stayed true, he knew it could all be ours again. People, ideas, connections, all so fragile. The USA was nothing more than a network of people and the connections between them. No wonder it broke apart so easily. But everyone that's worth something is fragile. That's why I was given this name. My father's not with us anymore, but the bond between us remains fragile though it is. Okay, that's it for that one. And just standard orders right now. No bots. Oh wait, what was that? Oh, because we can fabricate guns now. Now, since these guns, though, I was gonna say they're not gonna have a description. Do these kill people? Oh, and a grenade, of course. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and this part here. I guess we'll go ahead and enter our private room really quick and just rest up. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I think this is the end, pretty much, of Chapter 3, which they said is kind of the most tedious one. And it was, but I'll be honest, it was more fun than the first two. Just making sure there's no cutscene or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day, and I'll see ya. Bye.